Charles Darwin was a gentle and devoted father, but every moment of his life he was devoted to science. Recently discovered letters tell the scientist how observation and experimentation with my own children has allowed him to make his discoveries. These records, which are now stored in the library of the University of Cambridge, more like notes of a researcher than a diary restauranego their child's father. About the theory of evolution today we know a lot. Much less we know about the personal life of Darwin, and especially of how the family contributed to his research. Jenny literally became for Darwin a window into the origin of humanity, said John Van Wy from the National University of Singapore and director of the online collection of all publications of a scientist Darwin Online. Thanks to her, he cemented his idea that people share a common monkey ancestor. The researcher finally convinced facial expressions Jenny and her social behavior. Although it appears from his notes as a gentle and loving father, they also open Darwin, a scientist who is experimenting with the kid, as if he were a monkey, and sometimes even speaks of the son in the neuter. These first observations of his son and the orangutan Jenny formed the basis for his books, The Origin of Man, in 1871 and Expression of the Emotions in Man and Animals, 1872. Darwin investigated and posited emotions. The scientist noted that in 5 weeks the smile William was just a random movement, but at 6 the kid smiled with his eyes. In a similar way he compared the reaction of the child and monkey at his reflection in the mirror, exploring the thesis of the awareness of himself that we know today is a sign of consciousness. I realize that you consider me only for the sample. You formulation their theories, looking at me, and if I get madder I will burst patience. You just think about it from the point of view of science, she wrote in a letter to Darwin in January 1839. In fact, Darwin never received money for their research activities. Family income allowed him not to work, and the work of the naturalist in which he was engaged all his life was completely voluntary. Darwin fed them different foods. He gave them cooked eggs and meat, olive oil. Imagine how he attacked the kitchen to get food for plants. Smiles P. Although he published his theory over 150 years ago, his early observations are extremely accurate. This is despite the fact that he had not had the opportunity to see fossils of other ancient people.